my friends. It is I, Francois Dupree, and I am dead. I know. I was shocked to hear the news as much as you are. Apparently, I died last August the 10th in Baltimore, Maryland. You know what the weirdest part about that is? No, not the part about me dying. No, that's not weird. The part about me being in Baltimore, Maryland. Why would Francois ever want to be in Baltimore, Maryland? Francois is not a fan of the Baltimore sporting good team that does the sports. He is not a fan of Maryland in general because it's Maryland. Who wants to go to Maryland? Who even knows where Maryland is on the map? It's like one of those countries in Africa that they keep changing the name of. 1 minute it's Maryland, next minute it's place next to the ocean, next minute it's Baltimore. I don't know. Francois doesn't even know where this place is. But apparently Francois went there and died under mysterious circumstances. But it's all fine now. On August the 31st, 30th, Francois doesn't know. But like about 21 days later, Francois was brought back to life. The other videos, apparently you could see dead people. Like that little kid in The Sixth Sense who was having conversations with the Bruce Willis. Wait, Francois can play that character now. Now, Mr. M. Night Shyamalan, if you are watching this, Francois is ready to star in the new Sixth Sense movie. You could call it The Seventh Sense, or The Sixth Sense 2, The Re-Sensing, I don't know. But he could play the Bruce Willis character since he was dead in all. Watch. Hello, Francois is Bruce Willis' character. He is going to climb to the skyscraper and make the terrorists pay. And close scene. As you can see, Francois would be excellent Bruce Willis character. Now, some of you may be wondering how Francois is back if Francois was dead. Well, this is where it gets amazing. It appears that Francois is now your Messiah. Because just like Jesus, who died and then rose again, Francois was dead and then resurrected himself. Well, technically the government resurrected him, but still, he was died and then he back. But I mean, you see that Francois is here. Anyway, so, he is your Messiah. And I know what you're saying. Jesus did it in 3 days, Francois. Why did it take you 21? Well, when Francois is going to resurrect himself from the dead, he wants to do it right. I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of paperwork you have to do to get it fixed. There's a lot that has to be done for you to properly resurrect yourself from the dead. Unlike Jesus, Francois is not willing to cut corners and pay off officials to handle his resurrection quickly. Francois goes through all the proper channels to make sure he is resurrected 100% real. See, he doesn't even have any wounds on his hand or body. That's what you call quality resurrection. So next time you need quality resurrection, go to... Oh. Well, fine. Next time you need quality resurrection, there is a place you can call and they will do your quality resurrections for you. But as it stands right now, Francois is your Messiah. Now, as your new Messiah, Francois has a couple rules that he would like to change. First, as far as the no coveting thing goes, Francois covets all the time. So he wants all of you, especially you really hot women, you have to covet Francois now. Look at this. Francois is good sexy man. Sexy man. Woo! Yes, you must be coveting Francois now. As far as the sex, sex is fine. Whoever wants to have sexy time is fine. Especially if you want to have sexy time with Francois. And as your Messiah, Francois thinks you should definitely have sexy time with him. Now let's see. I don't, Francois hasn't had time to make a complete list of things he is going to change as the Messiah. But Francois is sure that there are many things that he's going to have to look at and evaluate. And there will be some changes. Now, for all of you else, Francois is not going to be, he's going to be a good Messiah. And the first thing a good Messiah needs is he needs people to build him temples and things. And as Messiah, Francois needs a temple. So he wants you to send all your donations for Francois' Temple of the Messiahness. Francois got this. He's going to have a giant Francois statue outside, and he's going to be, you know how they have the giant Jesus with his arms in the air? No. Francois is not going to do that. He's going to have a giant Francois statue, and in one hand, he's going to have Francois' book of acting and impersonation and resurrection, and in the other hand, he's going to have his arm pointed at you like that. Saying to the populace, now Francois does not make me support the football, but he definitely wants you to buy his book. So, as your Messiah, you need to rush out and buy Francois' book of acting and impersonating and resurrection. And you might be saying, Francois, your book isn't out yet in my area. And Francois, okay, well, the book isn't written yet, but once it's written, you should all buy it. You see, Francois's been busy. He had to resurrect himself, and now he's got to tell all of you that he is your Messiah, and he hasn't had time to write a book. It's very busy being dead and then being resurrected. Very, very busy. So, in closing, buy Francois's book, donate to his temple, and tell M. Night Shyamalan that Francois would be great in his new movie, as well as there's been Francois doesn't know. Just Francois's dead, now he's better, and thank you and have a good night. Bye-bye. Hello again, Francois's friends. Now, Francois has been told he forgot a few things during his coming out about your Messiah. One of those things is Francois will now be performing miracles for you. But unlike Jesus, Francois has bills he has to pay, and some of these miracles are quite difficult. So Francois only thinks it's fair that he charges a small nominal fee for miracles to be performed. Now, Francois has a list right here of the list of miracles and the cost that will be associated with those miracles. So, let us start at the beginning. Now, first, Francois does not like sick people. So if you're sick, Francois would ask that you not be sick when you come to Francois to have a miracle performed. But if you are sick, Francois will not discriminate against you. He will just stand on the other side of a germ-proof wall in order for the miracle to be performed. Okay, so we start with the common cold. It will be $50. You might ask yourself, Francois, if you are really Messiah, why are you charging $50 for this? And Francois is going to say, there is no cure. Francois has a monopoly on the cure. And as such, Francois feels $50 per medical work about curing your cold is fine. Now, some of you may require multiple treatments because you can have the cold, Francois can cure it, you go out and get the cold again. Now, this is not Francois's fault. So you may require multiple miracles of curing the common cold. Next, the flu is going to be $60. But again, Francois does not like germs, so if you have the flu, please stay home till you do not have the flu, then come to Francois and pay him the $50, and he will cure your flu for you. Let's see. Broken bone, $100, which Francois feels is a deal. Now you may experience some swelling, tenderness, excruciating pain as you're walking on the cured broken bone. But Francois tells you this is completely normal. And even if there is still bone protruding from the break area, this is normal. It will heal itself in time. Sometimes the miracles do not take right away, or there are side effects, just like with everything. And so Francois just asks you that you give it the proper amount of time, and your bone will no longer be broken. Okay. Let's see. We have cold, broken bone. Okay. Next, the curing the sexually transmitted disease. Now, Francois has to, this is a two-part cost. If you are a man, Francois will charge you $300 to cure your sexually transmitted disease. Because as a man, well, you're a man, you're fine. $300. Now, as a woman, Francois will cut you a deal. If you have sex with your Lord and Savior, Francois will cure your sexually transmitted disease for free. Now, as with the broken bone, symptoms such as itching, painful urination, dying of AIDS later on in your life are completely normal and should in no way make you think that Francois did not cure your sexually transmitted disease. He did. He cured it. These are just side effects, and as such, they are things that cannot be dealt with. Okay. Now also, if you are an ugly woman, Francois is going to have to charge you $400, and I know what you were saying. But Francois, you said if I would have sex with you, you would cure me for free. Francois, yes, if you're hot, Francois will do this. If you're ugly, Francois doesn't really want to deal with you. And as your Messiah, Francois feels he should not be surrounded by ugly people. So Francois will charge you the $400 if you're ugly. Kind of as a combination fee of the $300 and the fact that you're ugly and Francois has to look at ugly people. So just letting you know, ugly people at front, even if you're a really ugly man, Francois may add that on, but especially if you're one of those hideously ugly women that kind of look like men, like that lady from the Domino's commercial, Jess, if you get the sexually transmitted disease and Francois needs to cure, he's going to have to charge you $400 because, let's just face it, Jess, you are quite an ugly woman. I mean, I looked at you, when Francois first saw the commercial about the Domino's pizza, he thought for sure you were a man. And Francois does not have sex with men. Except a couple times, but Francois was very drunk and it was spring break and they were ripped. And Jess, you are not ripped or attractive. So Francois will have to charge you $400. So Jess, in other words, you're probably better off just not getting the sexually transmitted disease. But again, in your case, Francois doesn't think that will be a problem. So it's kind of a thing where the supply and demand issue. He doesn't think a lot of you ugly women are even going to need this. I mean, because if you get the sexually transmitted disease, it's amazing. It would be a miracle in and of itself. And as the miracles go, you should keep miracles, not give them away. So, okay, on that was enough about that. So on to this. Let's see. Cancer and stuff like that, it's going to cost about $1,000. But again, Francois must stress that dying of cancer does not mean Francois didn't cure you. It just means that you had another cancer, possibly in the same place, in the exact same type and everything else, but you had another cancer that Francois did not cure. Curing those extra cancers will cost $1,000 of treatment. So, Francois just said, just a little thing there. Okay, so we got the cancer, let's see. Now, raising the dead. Now, as Francois explained earlier, raising the dead requires a lot of paperwork. Francois has to get assistance. They have to be paid. So, to raise the dead is going to be about $10,000. And as such, Francois has to say, he makes no guarantee about the quality of the raised dead. If you come back as a zombie, Francois is not responsible for the brains you may or may not consume. But as stated, Francois guarantees all his miracles, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, excluding any disclaimers that Francois may or may not have put on these miracles.